Hi, and welcome to our Term 3 newsletter. My name is Sharon Curran, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm the head teacher here. It has been so lovely to see all the boys and girls returning after the winter break, and also for those boys and girls who have just joined us in January. I've really enjoyed going around the playrooms and seeing how everybody's settled back in or settled in joining us. Over the course of this term, we're going to have lots of different learning experiences going on. All of the playrooms are very responsive to what the needs of the children are and what the interests of the children are, but there are some things that we also actively promote just to make sure that we are covering a breadth of the curriculum. So one of the things that we're looking at the moment is different world religions. That will look different in every playroom, and this is for our 3 to 5 children, and it's about the needs and interests of the children. So that's what we're looking at just now. Later on this term, we're also going to be looking at Environmental Week, and again there'll be lots of activities focusing on how we can care and look after our environment. We will also be having a sponsored event this term for all of the boys and girls to take part in. Now, what I will say is we are just in the last bits of finalising our details and what that's going to look like. So there will be more details coming out about that, but we're hoping to do our sponsored event the week beginning the 10th of March. But as I said, there will be more details coming out about that. Also in the newsletter you'll find information about our attendance and absence procedures. What we do ask is that if your child is going to be off nursery for any reason, that you please let us know. It is our policy that we will be in touch if we don't know why your child's going to be off. So it's great if you could just give us a text or a phone call in the morning. That would be much appreciated. We are also put a little section in about what to wear and bring to nursery. As you can imagine, the children are involved in a whole variety of different activities, which involve paint, glue, mud, and sometimes they can get things on their clothes. So it's probably best just to have children in old clothes for nursery. Obviously, most of it will wash out, but what we don't want is any good clothes, getting ruined. So if you could have old clothes, that's definitely the best thing, and also a spare set of clothes as well, because obviously the children do go out in all weathers. We do have waterproofs and wellies for the children. You can bring your own as well, but a spare pair of clothes is always useful. I know certainly myself, quite often my little own boy, when he was at nursery last year, regularly had to change from jumping in puddles, and that was with a wetsuit on. So a spare pair of clothes is always useful. You'll also find information about our family learning timetable. So we've got lots of events going on over the course of the term for our families to be engaged in. One of the things that we are looking at is a session around internet safety for our parents and carers, and that will also be a focus in our nursery. That's also forming part of our improvement plan this year, is to look at our use of technology in nursery and also how we can be safe while we are online. So look out for that coming up. There's also lots of other information around our lending library. We have got access to books in all 4 of our buildings, so please feel free to take a book and share that at home with your child, and there's just a little bit of information about the importance of reading and sharing books with your child. There is also information about enrolling for Primary 1. So if your child is turning 5 before the 21st of August, then they will be due to start school this year. But the key workers in the rooms I know have all been speaking to parents about catchment schools and making sure that those enrolment forms are going in. There's also a little bit about applying for a nursery place. If you have a nursery place and you wish to continue with that session, then you don't need to do anything. However, if you are looking for a 3 to 5 placement, if your child is in the under 3s or due to start nursery, if they're turning 3, the application process is open just now. We have sent out an email about that, and there's more details around that further down in the newsletter, with the links for you to click on to do that. That does have to be done by the 31st of January, and that is for all children who will be turning 3 over the course of the next academic session. So that would be for the August, January and April intakes that we have. If you don't manage to make an application by the 31st of January, it will be classed as a late application, and that won't be able to be looked at until May by a central team who are looking at the application process. So if you do have a child that's looking for a 3 to 5 space, or you are looking for a change of session, please do so by the 31st of January. I've not covered everything in this, but hopefully there'll be more information in the newsletter. If there's anything that you want to ask or speak about, please speak to your child's key worker, or you can either come and speak to myself or one of the deputy heads of centre. We're always here just to help, to speak to you, to answer any questions. So please feel free just to talk to us. And I look forward to working with you all this term. Thank you.